doing another speed draw. I know, we're doing so many of these lately. I think you guys still like them. I don't know. Anyway, we're doing our sticker club one. These are Mushpuppies, little puppies that are mushroom. And we're starting off a little different this time because we're starting off with silhouettes. And this is another way that you can do character design. I don't normally start with silhouettes because, I don't know, my brain just doesn't work with it very well. I don't really know exactly how to explain it, but it's just not something I default to. I do know a lot of people who do default to this though, and I did learn it in school, and it is a really good way, especially if you are trying to make characters that have very strong shape language and are very exaggerated. If you don't know how to do it, it's really easy. You basically just draw big black blobs similar to maybe what their silhouette might look like and play with proportions and shape and everything. It takes away all of the focus on details and helps you look at the character as a whole and distinguish important features of the character as a whole. Any successful character design has a very successful silhouette, and I can show a bunch of examples here of different characters that you should be able to almost immediately recognize just based off of the silhouette alone. These are all famous characters here. And here's a little fun challenge for you. Can you name all of the characters just based off of their silhouettes? So I kind of like to work with this sometimes if I'm making characters that are highly stylized and simplified because I want their shape language to be recognizable. And when I talk about shape language, I'm specifically talking about how the character is kind of composed of various simple shapes, squares, circles, ovals, things like that. A lot of good character designs rely on those shapes to kind of get the character personality across. I am relying mostly on circles and rounded shapes because I want them to be cute and cuddly and approachable. So most of it is soft lines and rounded edges, and then I play more with the length of the limbs and the proportions of the torso and the body, as well as how big or small I make the mushroom on top of their head. For example, for this bull terrier, he has kind of a small little mushroom cap, but on the Pomeranian or the border collie, they have a really big mushroom cap. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't running into the same thing over and over again where they all had the same size mushroom cap and the same shape over and over. That's one reason why I did a lot of silhouette drawings first. And then once I kind of got in the groove of what I was looking for, it was a little easier for me to start going into just sketches out the gate because I knew what I was looking for kind of, and I was starting to understand the style I was working in. I was kind of channeling Sanrio a little bit in the sense of simple shapes, rounded and thick lines, and then also the cute little dot eyes. As you can see here, I ended up not being happy with the sketch of the greyhound, so I went back in with my silhouettes and messed around with proportions and limb length and torso size, face shape, all of that type of stuff until I settled on a silhouette that I did like. And then once I had that, I sketched out all of my details and then went in with my line art. As I was working on this, if I remember correctly, my flight was delayed for a long time, so I ended up just drawing more and more and more dogs. I drew a little pit, I drew a Pekingese here, we already got a Dachshund, Bull Terrier, Great Dane, Pug, Pomeranian, Beagle, Schnauzer, Greyhound, Border Collie, then we have a Bulldog, we got a Afghan Hound, and then a little Shiba. I just kept adding and kept adding. And now we start the color. Because we're doing such simplified characters, I also wanted a simplified color palette, which means very limited colors, just a few browns, grays, and whites. And then I think maybe a few little pinks for like the tongue and everything. But I wanted to keep everything very cohesive, so the dogs all kind of share the same palette across the board. And I already told you some of the dog breeds ahead of time, but now that I'm adding color to a bunch of these, can you tell what breed is what based off of the colors and the shapes and everything? Before I start adding in their little names, I end up combining different types of mushrooms and then the types of dogs as well, so that they get their own little unique names. And then once all of their names are done, we add in all of the textures and fun little vintage treatments. And then we move on to the vinyl sticker. Since these were art that I had already done, I wanted to also add something new. So I have already done Mushroom Girls. So I didn't want to do a whole new set of Mushroom Girls because I already did them. So I figured I would just do like a cute little vintage inspired mushroom girly to add to the Mushpuppies pack. And, you know, keep her in the same kind of color palette that the Mushpuppies came in. This one was fun though. It was nice to do just like a little headshot instead of a full body. I feel like sometimes I can get a little more detail that way with these stickers, but I am pretty happy with how she turned out. Since we are all set with these, let's move on to the final images. I'm just gonna show the whole poster print of all of the little Mushpuppies. They're just kind of laid out on a sheet just so I can get them all to fit. So in the poster, we'll just get to see the best version. Not that the stickers are bad, just like the way it was intended, I guess. About it for this episode. What do you think of the Mushpuppies? Which one is your favorite? Obviously, I'm biased to the Pomeranian because obviously I have Pomeranians, but I think these turned out really cute. I'm excited to finally do something with them. You can sign up and get these right now on my Ko-fi. The link will be in the little box below. The Starburst tier gets 2 sticker sheets this month, so that means you'll get all of the little Mushpuppies. The Atomic tier gets the 2 sticker sheets and then the cute little vinyl sticker of the Mushroom Girly and also a little 4x6 mini print of all of the Mushpuppies. So if this is something you would like to get, you can sign up now, and these are going to be shipped out by the end of April. Also, if you did not know, I am revitalizing my Puppets webtoon. I have been doing comics and I've been posting them on Instagram and on their website, but I've also decided that I'm going to start posting them on webtoons as well. So I put up 2 little things on there right now, but if you have a webtoon, feel free to follow it and follow along for the rest of the Puppets comics. Okay, that's about it. Doodle your own little Mushpuppy. If you doodle your own little Mushpuppy, tag me so I can see. Okay, that's about it. All right, bye-bye.